Spurs back in action tonight as they take on the Bulls. Tip-off at 7. No Victor Wembanyama as he is dealing with lower back soreness. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy revealed today that All-Pro guard Zach Martin is undergoing ankle surgery that will end his season. He was also the nominee for the Cowboys for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Texans tight end Brevin Jordan agreeing to a one-year deal despite suffering an ACL tear.
If you smoke, take it outside. Get the facts out.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pleasure wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. Now, here's Pledge. What's up, Danger?
Can't stop me now. Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pleasure. Thanks for joining me, however you may be joining, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be listening via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player at sasportstar.com, or if you're watching us on YouTube. We stream all of our shows live on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star. Go ahead, like, subscribe. Feel free to comment along in the comments section here on Extra Innings with Pledge. I like to call it the bullpen. Fred Records, Fred Villarreal, the Fred's already up in the chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome into the show. Spurs now out of NBA Emirates Cup play, getting back into their regular schedule as they get set to take on the Bulls tonight. But as you heard in SportsCenter, they will be without Victor Wembanyama. So how does the team react to playing without Victor Wembanyama? As you know, that's going to be something that, you know, back-to-backs, they're just going to be nights where he's not there. And this team's going to have to learn how to play with him. Earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, AJ Hoffman, Rob Thompson, check them out, 6 to 10 every weekday morning. They were talking about the Spurs and what they need to do without Wemby in the lineup.
The San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. And we already know that the Spurs are 1.5 point favorites at home, by the way. But we know there's no Wemby.
Now, what's the schedule look like?
Remember, this is their last game until
like Sunday,
until next Friday, I think.
This is kind of like taking the Wednesday off before Thanksgiving.
No, they play Sunday and then they don't play again until Friday.
So yeah, I think that this is a little bit about a pre-planned long-term break for Wemby.
Maybe so. Maybe getting a little early nap in, or is this one of the games where it's like, okay, we should be able to win this game. Let's see when we can spot rest the dude.
I think that is a huge role of it. Yeah, and part of the rule now in the modern league is if you're gonna rest, do it at home. Don't let him. If you're gonna rest Wemby, rest him at home. Don't let him go someplace where people are paying to see him. So I think there's a little of that. I remember when I first started walking around the Spurs and kind of covering them back in the 90s. Their load management wasn't a thing, but you know what was a thing? Plantar fasciitis. That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not out tonight. We can't say he's not playing because his feet hurt. So we'll just call it plantar fasciitis, which was load management.
Can't you always
back
say
in the
shin
day.
splints?
Yes, it was shin splints, plantar fasciitis. So they've been load managing forever. And the other hard to define, difficult injury to quantify is lower back tightness.
Oh, that's a good one.
We all have lower back tightness.
That could last for a day. It could last for a month.
Exactly. So Wemby's got a little bit of plantar fasciitis in his lower back.
I like the way that the NHL does it. Upper body injury, lower body injury.
Below the belt, there's a problem. We don't know.
I don't know. It's something above his waist, something below his waist. I mean,
I'm not worried about him. He had a bad game.
Could be gonorrhea. Could be a broken foot.
Could be, but we'll never know. He had a rough shooting night. He looked a little tired. I think this is one of those scheduled when they looked at the season and saw they had this little break built in, not going to the Emirates Cup and having this week off. And we had a couple of games added. One of them's Portland. That helped.
Nice.
So I think Wemby's got a little mid-season vacation.
I'll be honest. I don't know how this team's going to look. Like what's the play style going to be? Because everything's been so Wemby dependent so far this year. I'm curious to see how the Spurs play tonight without him. And that's the double-edged sword of it. I want to see how they play without him. I don't really want to watch the Spurs game now that I know Wemby's not playing.
Look at it this way. It'll be a good chance for Jeremy to find his way back on the team without the gravity that Wemby offers. And it'll give a chance for Steph to kind of find his shooting range again. Give a chance for Castle to get a couple of shots.
I don't want him shooting. Stop it. Let's how about we have a game where they only shoot like 15 threes.
I didn't say 3. Let's just get Steph shooting at about 40%. And I don't care where it comes from.
All right. Don't think you're a 3-point shooter. You're not.
Let Zach take those 3.
Oh my God.
Let Collins line up and do what he's good at.
Your guy. You think Spurs get it done tonight then?
Yeah, they should. This is a team good enough just on their merits to take care of a Chicago team that's not playing out the string, but certainly eyeing the collegiate draft.
It was a good win last night. I say a good win. They beat the Nets, but they dominated 128-102.
Which is another reason to bounce back of a back-to-back against a team like San Antonio. It's going to be a little rested after a night in their own beds.
Yeah. Last time out, the Josh Giddey had a triple-double. He put up 20, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, almost a quadruple-double. Had 5 turnovers. That would have been impressive.
Who was guarding him for Brooklyn?
Doesn't
matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm guessing it was probably like Dennis Schroeder or who knows.
I think even more likely now. Although I love Giddey's game. I mean, he's a well-rounded player, but this team will go according to Zach LaVine more than it will Giddey.
Yeah, that team and Vucevic.
Oh yeah, another good. I like him too.
Yeah, I mean they've got some decent players. Ayo Dosunmu is a guy I like. For whatever reason, they haven't put it together to be a good team.
Up until a month ago, this would have been a game that I would have been, the Spurs have a fighting chance. This is a game that the Spurs, if they are who they think they are, just need to dispatch the Bulls and just finish it early and move on.
Even without Wemby.
Wemby. I mean, Chris Paul should have no problem keeping this team involved if they're ready to be involved.
Well, lower tier Western Conference teams should be able to easily handle lower tier Eastern Conference
Are we
teams.
there yet? Am I wrong that I should expect to win? Are we to the point with this team that I look at what they've done and say, the Bulls, this is a game that you should win, and I'm going to hold you accountable if you don't. This is not, you're a young team and you're finding your way. You're capable and should be beating the Chicago Bulls. You've progressed past them.
I think so. I think when you're talking about you're looking at maybe at best a play-in team in the Eastern Conference. At home, you should be better than them, even without Wemby.
And
I think so.
And this is an adjustment for us. There's been 3 or 4 years where it doesn't matter.
Any win was like, oh my
God. How'd we do this? This is one where they better be doing the walkthrough today, talking about when we have an 18-point lead in the middle of the 4th. This is the play I want to run because I want to see if it works. That should be their attitude today. This isn't one like we need to pull out all the stops to find a way. Just do what we do, and we should beat them.
Yeah, I think obviously when you do have Wemby, it's going to be prettier, but it'll be a certainly a different look. I'm imagining there's fewer turnovers tonight.
I think that would go without saying. AJ, yes, there better be fewer.
I'm imagining there's a little bit better ball movement.
Yeah, because everybody's excited. The 20 shots now are going to be available. The 20 or 25 shots that were going to be taken by one other dude now gets to be spread amongst us.
Yeah,
I'd be looking forward to tonight if I'm Devin Vassell. Go get some buckets. 30 tonight. Go get 30.
Shoot the ball. Not you, Zach Collins. Although he'll probably be on the floor a lot tonight. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's you know what. Another thing worthy of watching. Watch the rotation of the bigs. Is it Zach and then Bassie? Is it Zach then Mamu? Does Mamu get a little bit of time off the bench where he hadn't been able to get off? Bassie, I thought, earned more minutes in prior to Phoenix, but in Phoenix, I thought he lost some minutes. So it'll be interesting to see the backup lineup for our 5 or however we want to define our big.
Great. The last thing I need is more Zach Collins.
Look, I kind of get the hate for Zach Collins, but I also don't. I think it provides a role for this team. He's an enforcer. He does the little things, but some of the things he does also makes people pull their hair out. Then again, he will knock down a three that can help seal a game against the Thunder. So Zach Collins is Zach Collins. As long as he's not taking, 15 shots a game, I can live with Zach Collins. Fred Villarreal says Wemby's been taking a beating in the middle when not outside, always has a forearm in the small of his back. Yeah, that's why I don't typically want him playing down low a whole lot, because I think he'll get beat up too much. And that's just, if you want to see Wemby be healthy, let Wemby be Wemby. He will go down into the paint when he needs to, when it's conducive, when maybe he gets a smaller matchup that he likes, but I don't need him banging down there 24/7 throughout the entire game. Wemby is who you thought he was, in terms of just being able to do so many things on the court. Why would you take some of those things away from him? Maybe mitigate them a little bit in terms of shooting 15 to 23s a game. But I definitely don't want him not doing it, because that's what opens the spacing on the floor. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger, right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I've got tickets to go see the Toadies. They're coming to the Aztec Theater New Year's Eve, December 30th. And if you want to win those tickets, be sure to stay tuned. We'll give those away next as we get you ready for Thursday night football between the Lions and the Packers right here on San Antonio Sports Star. It is powered by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. But coming up, UIW head coach Clint Killow joined the Blitz a little bit earlier today, and it was a fantastic interview. Loved what I heard from Clint Killow as they get ready for this game against Villanova in the second round of the playoffs. We'll bring you part of that coming up next, right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com. This is Extra Innings with Pledger.
San Antonio Sports Star.
What is GMTVCC? It's a mouthful, but translation for GMTVCC.com is Give Me the VIN Classic and Collector Cars. It's a brand new buying division of Give Me the VIN, but it's for classic and collector cars. Experienced pro buyers will appraise an offer on your 1970 Hemi Cuda or 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's old 1985 square body Chevy truck. GMTVCC.com is where you go to get real money for classic and collector cars to get paid now. That's GMTVCC.com, brought to you by Give Me the VIN.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze Fabric Spray? Ooh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman. Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
Getting arrested can feel like a sucker punch to the face. Don't accept mediocrity while staying down for the count. Get up and fight for your reputation and your future. At Barton & Associates, we have a stable of hard-hitting and aggressive lawyers ready to get your life back on track. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit texasarrest.com. Barton & Associates. We are here to get your life and reputation back.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I've got a couple of tickets to go see the Toadies play with the Vandaliers on New Year's Eve, December 30th, out at the Aztec Theater. It is courtesy of Live Nation. If you'd like to be able to be at that show at the fine price of $3.99, well, be caller number 8 right now at 210-656-3776, 656-3776. You could be going to see the Toadies with the Vandaliers December 30th out at the Aztec Theater. Tickets brought to you courtesy of Live Nation. If you don't win your tickets this week, be sure to get them at livenation.com. Earlier today, I should say, the Blitz had UIW coach Clint Killow, who played for UIW. He joined and talked about their upcoming match against Villanova in the second round, and super interesting conversation with Clint Killow. It's going to be on our YouTube page. I will post it to our socials as soon as possible. And if you want to hear the full interview, go to sasportstar.com. But I'm going to play a portion of it for you right now because I thought Clint Killow is just a coach that if I was a player, man, I really want to play for this guy.
I'm going to start with the weather. It's going to suck on Saturday. How does that change everything for your preparations and your high-flying offense?
Yeah, I think I've got about a dozen text messages today about the weather. I'm a younger guy, so I don't wake up and watch the weather report on News 4 like my dad used to. But I'm glad those old heads, all my dad's buddies, were texting me, hey, make sure you do some wet ball drills and everything. But we'll be ready if it's raining. If it's not raining, we got a good run game plan. And then Zach's got big hands, so he'll be able to grip the football and throw it around still a little bit.
Clint, I got to tell you, UIW's been a lot of fun to watch this year. You guys just playing some great football. What has really been the secret to your success this year?
I'd probably say our collectiveness, our cohesiveness. When I took this job over in December of 2022, we were pretty depleted. We lost 66 players off of that 22 Final Four team. We lost all 10 full-time coaches. It was kind of rubble. and we built it from the ground up. In year one, obviously, we had trials and tribulations, and we kind of learned on the fly and everything, and experienced some things. Obviously, getting snubbed out of the playoffs last year, and you got a bunch of guys that are in their first year of the program, so you go through some hardships together, and it forces you to express some humility amongst each other, and just come together as a unit. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that we've done is just come together and really flexed our cohesiveness.
Flexed the cohesiveness. I like that.
Yeah.
Clint Killough, head coach of UIW, joining us here on the Blitz. And I'm glad you talked about kind of the start over, because I think a lot of people, you guys might be the best kept secret in town when it comes to, entertaining football to go watch. But, it kind of feels like when people just, casually hear about Incarnate Word football, they think about when Cam Ward and Eric Morris were doing things, and then GJ, and, it's just been a continuation. And that's far from the truth. In fact, you staying and not going with GJ to Texas State when he left surprised a lot of people, especially with what was left in the cupboard at the time.
Yeah. At the end of 2022, which is a special run. That was a special team on and off the field. Had a couple different options. Obviously, that's the same point in time when Eric got the North Texas job. So had a couple of different options. I knew what I was getting into here at UIW. So obviously you kind of sit there and you chew on it like, okay, what would I be able to bring back? What direction would I go in? How would I go about it? A lot of guys that I trust in this business, head coaching opportunities don't come along very often, especially at your alma mater, at a place where the grass is cut and you kind of know where the potholes are, where the snakes might hide a little bit. So I kind of felt like I could hit the ground running, and if anyone was going to be able to rebuild it back to prominence, I was the guy for the job. I told Richard Duran that when he interviewed me. I don't think there's a better guy in the country to coach this football team at that given point in time, with how vulnerable and how empty the cupboard was. So I wanted to fill it back up, fill it the right way, do it my way. I thought that was a unique challenge to kind of bet on myself and put good people in the building. That's what we've done. We've put tremendous people in the building, not just the players, but our staff, our strength and conditioning staff. David Conley does a tremendous job. Our athletic training staff with Augie Melendez, they do a great job. So our guys love being in this building. We've created something that is sustainable, and I look forward to the future. I look forward to Saturday.
Clint, that raises a great question, because, while UIW may be a secret to some, certainly to good players, it's not a secret. What is it about UIW that attracts some of these good quality football players that you guys, obviously the coaching staffs the last several years have been supreme, but what is it about UIW that's attracting this type of talent?
Style of play, for sure. I mean, first off, the city of San Antonio sells itself. This is a tremendous city. I'm born and raised here. I love this city. I've been around it, my whole life. Which just to make this point, so I make sure I make it. There's no reason not to come out Saturday and watch the Cardinals, because you got a head coach that's born and raised in San Antonio. I was here when the Spurs beat the Knicks in '99 and they still played in the Alamo Dome. I was here when they were hoping and wishing for the Saints to come over after Katrina and all those things. So if you want to get behind something that's authentic and that's San Antonio based, and I know how hungry this city is for college football, this is the place to come see it. But in terms of attracting talent, I think our style of play speaks for itself. I think obviously at the quarterback position, and we've hit in the same areas over and over and over. Quarterback position, at the receiver position, so it's kind of a revolving door. And once somebody lays the foundation in the way that, Cam Ward did, it's kind of easy to go on. Then you got Lindsey Scott, and then Zach. It's like, hey, we got a style of play that you're going to love. You're going to have a ton of transparency from the coaching staff, which is hard to find nowadays in college football with all the things that are fun and around and everything. And you're going to grow off the field. I mean, I think that this place, we do a really good job of guys that have been at other schools. Some may call them journeymen or whatever it may be. And in a weird way, this place is kind of therapeutic for those guys. It allows them to come full circle. It allows them to focus on the things that matter. We don't have the facilities that a UTSA, that Texas, or any of these places have. We don't have the facilities. We don't have all the shiny bells and whistles and all those sorts of things. We have everything that you need to be a high-level college athlete. We have elite coaches. We have elite people in the building, and they're going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not.
That was UIW coach Clint Killough as they prepare for Villanova on Saturday here at Benson Stadium. Be out there for that. Coming up next, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, we have got Lions, Packers. It is presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay, things people love.
The Gomez Law Firm is one of the most trusted names in personal injury law across the state of Texas. We have Jose here with the Gomez Law Firm to share what makes working with your firm different than others in the area.
You know, we pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio. Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that.
Thank you to the Gomez Law Firm for continuing to fight for our community. The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio.
If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm.
Visit joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com for one of the most trusted names in personal injury.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Can you dig it? Come into any Ewald Kubota dealer and dig the savings on the full line of Kubota excavators, like 0%, 0 down for 48 months. Plus, save up to $10,000 off. Come see us. Kubota deals are here. Kubota deals are now.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I released